For many, homeownership is currently out of reach, even though many families are able to take on that responsibility. Buying a home the traditional way isn't an option for everyone. Individuals may not have the right credit score, a large enough down payment saved, or a high enough income to qualify for homeownership in the community they live or grew up in. Families with modest incomes may also constantly have to move due to rising rents, making it nearly impossible for them to make investments or stay in their long-term community. Conventional efforts to make homeownership accessible to more families often include down payment assistance or other one-time investments. But once a family sells their house and moves away, the wealth may go with them instead of staying in the community. Fortunately, there's an option that makes housing affordable for more families and keeps that housing available in the community for future generations. Shared equity homeownership and limited equity housing cooperative or co-op models provide paths to homeownership for families who wouldn't otherwise be able to own a home. This can be done through a housing or community land trust, where the land is owned by a nonprofit and the home is owned by the family. This can also be done by including a restriction in the deed of a home at sale that requires it to be sold to a family of similar means at a more affordable price when the family is ready to move. In both of these approaches, in exchange for being able to purchase a more affordable home, the family agrees to limiting their proceeds when selling the house to ensure another family can benefit from that affordability in the future. Another way to make housing affordable for multiple families is through limited equity housing cooperatives, or co-ops, which allow multiple families to purchase shares in the co-op in return for stable housing. These co-ops range in type from manufactured housing parks called resident-owned communities, or ROCs, to multifamily buildings. And because resources are pooled together, housing payments stay reasonable over time, which allows families to build wealth and leads to stronger, more vibrant, and more inclusive communities. Through shared equity housing, the community is able to keep housing affordable to prevent longtime residents from being displaced. Residents can own a piece of their neighborhood and have a say in the future of their community, helping it become more stable and inclusive. And it's a good investment because the public dollars can stretch further to help multiple families over generations. To learn more about shared equity home ownership and cooperative housing, visit www.neighborworks.org/shared equity housing.